Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to violence.
Welcome to Pop Rocks Radio. As always, I am your host, Bijan. Did you catch the show last week?
Oh, my eyes! My eyes!
I know, I'm sorry. I know what you must be thinking.
Did he fire 6 shots or only 5?
No, not that. You're thinking, you know what, we really want to like this guy, but he makes it so damn hard sometimes. Fair criticism, I get it. I'm still getting the hang of this video thing, but I promise you I will get better. And when we finally get into a groove with this, we're gonna be bringing you a show that's fun for you, fun for us, and is a great showcase for the music that we're here trying to promote. So just know I really appreciate you sticking with us. So until we get to that point, please have a seat, grab a drink, do whatever you need to do to help get through this. We have a lot of great music to get to this week, and I think Lucky's probably gonna make a cameo as well. All right, let's get to it. Our first track is from the new album from The Goods. The album is Don't Spoil the Fun. It's now out on Oakland's Dandy Boy Records. This is Sunday Morning Out of the Blue.
Keep faith, it's all for you. Sunday morning out of the blue.
Toronto veterans Sloan are back with their 14th studio album. This is called Based on the Bestseller. This track is Fortune Teller.
Can't help it, I'm a fortune teller. I'll positively tell this town I'm working on a new bestseller.
All the Pretty Things is the new album from Massachusetts' own The Glad Machine. This is a track off that. This is called Back to You. This next track is from the self-titled album from Philly's own The Out-Sect, what they describe as fuzzed out garage punk at its bile-inducing worst. I don't know if that's what I'd call it, but it's pretty damn cool. This is Little Girl.
Why won't you let me know just who you are? Are you scared I'm gonna find out? Don't make me wait, I gotta go, little girl.
Just when you think all hope is lost, Cheap Trick comes out with their 21st studio album. The album is called All Washed Up. This track is called All Wrong, Long Gone.
Long time that we've been singing the song. Maybe the right time.
Big Stir Records has been on quite a tear this year. If you haven't already gotten their Halloween compilation, do yourself a favor. This album is no exception. This is by the Gold Needles from the UK. The album is called Mood Elevator. This is 1111.
Who knows why? Not a day goes by without you here on my mind. Who knows why?
Another band from Toronto, Pony, is one that can just do no wrong in my book. They released a couple singles last year that are due out on their February release, Clearly Cursed. This one is called Middle of Summer. Don Mariani from bands like The Stems and DM3 is back with his second solo album, Apple of Life, that is now out on Alive Natural Sound Records. Every track on this album is great. This is one I particularly like. This is called Just Can't Wait.
I want your love and I want it right now. I gotta have it, gotta get it somehow. And I just can't wait, not a minute too late right now.
And that's it for our picks this week. Please, if you want to support these artists, buy their music. All these artists have their music available on Bandcamp. If you catch it on a Bandcamp Friday, all the proceeds go directly to the artist. Let's continue to put money directly into the pockets of these artists so they keep doing what we love. And let's face it, nobody needs a second private jet.
You looking for me, Chief?
If you're Duncan, yeah.
I am. Everything under control?
Got to move all these people out of here.
Oh, now, just how bad is it?
It's a fire, mister, and all fires are bad.
ABC presents Tuesday Movie of the Week.
There's a certain kind of movie that we as a culture have stopped making. Something bright, something fizzy, something that's in on its own joke without winking itself to death. Nestled in that lost category is 2001's Josie and the Pussycats. Somehow smarter than you remember, dumber in the best possible way, and bursting with a kind of pop art silliness that I sincerely miss. For Gen X kids, Josie and the Pussycats is one of those Saturday morning immortals. Usually coming on between Scooby-Doo and commercials for cereals with now illegal sugar content. So when the live action film rolled around in the transitional period of the early 2000s, it felt like the perfect vehicle, a neon update of a character that we half remembered but still fully adored. And the film is bad and bananas, but all in a fun way. The thing is a time capsule of teen pop, Y2K, mall culture, and product placement turned up to 11. It's cheerfully ridiculous in a way that I wish studios would greenlight today. Everything today aims towards cinematic universe stakes or elevated horror gravitas, while Josie and the Pussycats is out there saying, what if out-of-control consumerism is controlled by or orchestrated by subliminal messages hidden in pop music by the wonderfully over-the-top Parker Posey and Alan Cumming. But here's the part that hits me every time. This film came out during the last gasp of soundtrack as cultural moment era. Studios didn't just license songs, they built soundtracks from the ground up. With Rachel Lee Cook, Rosario Dawson, and Tara Reid playing drums, she's actually really delightful in this film. But I am curious from the drummers out there what you think of her drumming pantomime. There are some power pop legends all over this album. Adam Schlesinger from Fountains of Wayne, Dave Gibbs from Gigolo Ants, Jason Faulkner from Jellyfish and the 3 O'Clock, and Kay Hanley from Letters to Cleo, who is the voice of Josie. All of them are pouring their 20th century optimism into the idea that a soundtrack can still be a pop moment. And that's the thing, this all used to be normal. There was a time when soundtracks weren't just a collection of songs from the film, but they were cultural solar flares. Saturday Night Fever didn't just accompany the movie, it moved albums and changed the way the country looked at disco. Grease had its own unstoppable summer. Even the beautifully bonkers Xanadu had the audacity to pair Olivia Newton-John with ELO and expect that the country would understand. The 80s took that baton and sprinted with it. Valley Girl, the Proto Mixtape, Footloose, aerobic pop scripture, and the first album I ever bought with my own money, Purple Rain. That was Prince tossing off one of the best albums of the decade as a soundtrack for a frightfully mid-movie. But here's the other thing, the quality of the movie didn't matter. Singles captured grunge before it had a press kit. Tarantino stitched together Pulp Fiction like some kind of vinyl archaeologist. Romeo and Juliet, Clueless, The Crow, all wildly different but unmistakably of their moment. You bought the album because the film wanted to make you live inside its world. And standing on the edge of all that is Josie and the Pussycats. The film came out in April of 2001, and I don't think I have to mention that a lot changed after that. But just musically speaking, the ground shifts, and the soundtrack stops being an event and becomes a playlist buried somewhere on Spotify. Sure, we get some revivals. Guardians of the Galaxy was a great soundtrack, and it made the mixtape cool again. A Star is Born reminds the world that a movie can still produce a hit. And the soundtrack for Black Panther was just awesome. But the era where a soundtrack felt like a moment, where the music was its own cultural phenomenon, that door closes behind Josie and the Pussycats. Josie and the Pussycats isn't just a fun movie or a nostalgic cartoon or a gloriously silly anti-corporate pop satire. It's also a postcard from a vanished world, one where studios took soundtracks seriously and where a movie could be judged partly by how hard its songs hit your stereo on your drive home. Josie and the Pussycats is available on all the streamers, so pick a good one. Right, Lucky?
Woohoo! Cheap meat!
You know, if he weren't so cute, I'd feel kind of like a James Bond villain. And now a word from our sponsor. But since we don't have a sponsor, it's really just a word.
Hi, I'm Dale of Missing Persons.
Do you hear me? Do you care?
You remember Missing Persons? Those absolutely wild, futuristic-sounding 80s icons with songs like Words, Destination Unknown, and Walking in L.A.? Songs that got a lot of us through some pretty weird years? Well, Dale Bozio, the iconic voice at the center of that band, needs our help. She requires treatment for a painful medical condition that keeps her from performing, working, or doing much of anything. With streaming paying pennies, literally pennies, artists like Dale often rely almost entirely on performing to make a living. And if you're too sick to perform, the income stops. I know money's tight everywhere, truly only give if you can. But if Dale's music ever lifted you up, made you feel seen, or was just part of the soundtrack of your life, let's see if we can return the favor. There's a GoFundMe set up by her son, and I'll link to that in the show notes. All right, let's get back to the show.
And now for something completely different.
I had the amazing good fortune to talk to Don Mariani back in August as he was getting ready to release his album Apple of Life on Alive Natural Sound Records. You can catch the whole interview on YouTube here. Here's a little taste. Tell me about the new single, Apple of Life. This is your second solo single that you've put out this year. Where did it come from creatively, and is it pointing the way to a full album?
Yeah, well, it's the title track of the album. It seemed obvious at the time. I've been working on these things for, I guess, the last 4 years, in between the Datura 4 band, which is the band that I'm really playing more so with these days. The Stems also comes back and plays various shows and tours at least once or twice a year. But yeah, Apple of Life, it didn't really fit with the Datura thing and it, as well as the Stems thing. It's more of the kind of pop guitar stuff that I do. I accumulated a number of tunes and just sort of slowly chipped away at this solo album. I thought I'd be finished with it a lot sooner than later, but I've finally finished it. And Apple of Life, it pretty much, it's just about growing up and, getting older and going out there and experiencing, the things that come your way with life, all the facets of life, love and hate and, all the things that come with it,
May tomorrow be a perfect day.
May you find love and laughter along the way.
May God keep you in his tender care
Till he
brings us together again. Good night, everybody.
And with that, we have come to the end of another episode of Pop Rocks Radio. Join us again next time for more great music, mayhem, nonsense, shenanigans, tomfoolery.
Blah, 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 blah.
Playing us out today is 10 Seconds of the great Boston-based band Gigolo Ants. This is Where I Find My Heaven from 1994's Flippin' Out. And this is Bijan from Pop Rocks Radio. Thanks for watching. Be good, be weird, and we'll see you next time.